Hello, and welcome. This is Joanna with the Dual Design, and we are back with a Thursday evening edition. So I should be all fancy and wine, and I don't know, to be reading some sophisticated book, right? Oh, but that's how the week has gone, so I figured a Thursday night would be great for a little craft and chat, and we're going to do, hopefully, one of the last things for the black and white waterfall series. I gave you a little break. We worked on the flip-flop topper piece for the Botanical Green and Cream journal. That is done. A bunch of these will be in the shop this weekend, so that is great. Hopefully by Saturday and Sunday, my two newest big projects will be in the shop. So there will be a flip through sometime Sunday, seeing everything I've done and everything completed. And so I am going to do, we did the cover for the green one, sort of as a quick overlay text. I didn't have time to chit chat. I'm still really busy, but I just wanted to get through this really quickly. A little bit of chat, because I didn't really want to fussy up or fill up the page, the screen with these blobs of text, and I don't know. So we'll get to it. As you can see, I wanted to put a naked 30-something page journal in the waterfall. But when you put that in the middle of the waterfall definitely pops open. At least the first 6, right? First 6 panels we're going straight up with this, and I made it too thick. Now I know why no one adds anything to a waterfall, especially as thick as mine ended up being, with the more thin poster board type stuff. So this could lay somewhat flat even on the back, like you could sort of insert it in the last 2 panels, and I will show that when we're done, because this is going to stay pretty flat. So you can still let it sit inside the waterfall near the back where it's heavier and it's going to hold down, but I couldn't sew it in like I was hoping. So we're going to sew in make our own little cute, naked journal that you are going to, be able to use and write on top of the 24 panels that you get to look at and write on. So there's still plenty of writing in this whole bundle of black and white. So it is our French Roses in Paris themed set. So coming out really well. Really am happy with it. For something I've never tried before, so we're going to do it. Now, I have black construction paper. I have contact paper, also a beautiful black and white. And I have some of the laces, the felt. I have these lovely applique corners. We sold out of these pretty quickly, so I'm really glad I put a set aside for me. And I'm debating. It's the only thing I'm not sure about in the majority of this cover. First, I was going to put it on all 4 corners. And, in half, it might work. I don't know until we get to that point. I thought, well, maybe I'll just put one bottom, one, like the back has a top corner, the front has a bottom corner, sort of gives you a diagonal decor feel. So I don't know yet. So those are sort of like the last things we'll put down, because I'm not really sure. But, I either got to use 2 of them or not any at all, because I only have 4 and I don't want to have odd numbers. I'll kick myself later going, oh my gosh, why do I not have enough? So this is a bit general idea. So I got the basics going, have an idea of what we need to do today. I think we're going to put one of the laces that we use with some of the felt down on top. Instead of going top or bottom, I thought it was sort of pretty, as we're not like a belly band, because we're not going to tuck really anything actually into it, but have that across the middle feel. We're going to sort of decorate in the middle of this thing. This was supposed to be, when I was thinking about the waterfall, it was supposed to be a really large cover to keep this waterfall down, and I'm just like, I don't have anything to do that with. And then when not being able to get the, papers into the journal, or into the waterfall as I was hoping for. Now, is this going to work, or is it going to, I really didn't want it messy. I just wanted it, and because that's not what I'm looking for, hold on, I need a wet wipe, because I'm like, that's not going to work. And because it is contact paper, it should wipe off. Let's hope, right? Let's hope. Let's see how I'm doing. Some water down here. I like to have a dry wet wipe. And so I'll get some water. Yeah, no, I don't care for that. No, I don't want to do that. I'm like, nope, I don't really want it messy. Just like we did some other things, I just wanted to sort of darken it, but let's not get the paper wet though. I'm like, nope. It is contact paper. This was an old Dollar Tree find. And I was like, okay. Of course, it's wet, so I'm gonna. Now I need to find an actual dry wet wipe, don't I? Right? Silly me. Okay, give it a moment to dry. Okay, anyway. So I cut, this is an 8.5 by 11, perfect piece of, you know, construction paper. So I cut this down to 10.5 by 8 so that we have a nice 1/4 inch all the way around, giving it a little bit more of a border or matted look than we do with the rest of the pages, but it is a cover. And it's associated with it, of course, but not perfect. And probably should have my plastic board down. That's my other problem. Okay. I know there's a little bit of a glare when we do this, but it also lets me know to stay in camera. So there we go. All right. So what I'm going to do, though, is because I don't want to fuss with this too much, and this is a little shorter, so we'll make sure maybe towards, I have a little bit more to do, so we'll maybe put a little bit more to the back, since there's not much going on in the back, and we are going to have some stuff going here to cover it up. I'm going to pause for a second and stick this on, because it is contact paper, so it just sticks, but I need to be able to see what I'm doing and line it up, and I'm probably means I'm off camera to do that, so no point doing that. But see, yeah, it's just sticky contact paper, right? Gotta love it. I use it, you know, for cover things. I thought, well, why not on the, you know, on contact paper to help, you know, contact paper on construction paper to help sort of thicken up the cover. So give me a moment. I will be right back. All right. Well, I'm so glad I didn't do that exactly on camera. Whew. It only took a few minutes. But as you can see, I couldn't quite get it over far enough. It is contact paper, so for the most part, it doesn't stick right away perfectly. Once I think I'm really good, of course, I can sit here and, like, really try to, you know, score it down. Not score, but, you know, I am using, like, you know, something old here. It is like washi tape. It is like wallpaper. It's like, you love it, and there's some give. Thank God. There's some give or take. But it's not perfect. So, definitely, I have some of my black favorite laces that we can always put a little lace on the back side, right? Maybe make it stick out a little bit, or wrap some lace over the edges, something. We'll do something on the back that helps sort of vary. But see, yeah, it's too high here. It's not perfect. Well, some of my, you know, we had some issues with the other panels. Maybe I'm putting corners on it. Oh, who knows? Okay. But we're going to run with it. It's what it is. Our journals are handmade. They are perfectly imperfect. We're doing the best we can. There's nothing we can do about it. Oh. Yeah. You know, even with paper, you would think it's good, and you go to put it down, and sorry, with your glue on it, and you're like hoping for the best, and you're like, oh, that didn't quite work. Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm trying not to waste too much time, so if there's something I'm struggling with, I'll pause it, I'll fix it, come back, so that we are trying to keep this, you know, I can't do this in 10 minutes live, but yeah, no. All right, so what I'm thinking is we're probably going to fold it first before I try to glue this on and go back around the corner. I do want this to be continuous front and back, no matter what. I don't think I just want to stop here on the front and have an empty back. I think at least have a little something on the back. So let's fold this. And as much as you think you cut things straight, yeah, no, it doesn't work. Nope, Kikers. No. She wants to enjoy it. No, go back to your box. Go to your box. Good girl. Yeah, she's probably want to cut. No, she's... All right, I feel some bumps and stuff. That's okay. All right, so we have our self folded. I didn't hear anything rip or tear or, you know, so there we go. Nice and clean. I would love to corner these to a point, but that would be, cornering it would really show off the fact that this is not even, so. All right, so there's this. Now, here's the fun part. Getting this to stick, I think even with glitter, with fabric tack, might take a little bit. Because I'm thinking in the end, we're going to sort of blend this to the end like a little clasp with the 3 hearts. I had a bigger clasp, but it really sticks out, and you wouldn't be able to stick it into the thing as we were hoping. So, we're going to do this in sections and hope for the best. Because I need to get you underneath and you on top. Well, we're going to make sure the biggest thing is making sure that when I glue it, I do want to sort of stick it in, and if I have to, I will trim it. Hate to do it, but I'll cut off that little bit of rose and let it sit right in, like tuck right inside. Sort of in the end, I sort of do want it to overlap the felt and that, so I'll make that work. But I want to make sure that we have enough space to accommodate the height and things that I want to do. And the bottom, you know, that it's sort of as middle as we can get. Okay. There's a middle belly band. Now I could be really specific, of course, and get my ruler. Haha. Why would I want to do that? 11 meeks said what? 5.5. Let's see. Wrong direction. So let's see. No, this is 8.5. So 4.25. So yeah, I mean, if 4.25 is middle, I offset it by putting this, you know, the line maybe. So I do it here so that the felt is right at that 4 1/4 mark. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's try that. Right here, huh? Problem is going straight. Let's glue straight. I can't cut straight. Why would I glue straight? Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. By being, using a ruler to get a straight line of glue. At least to get started. And once I got that sort of stuck down, then I can put the glue underneath. I mean, it is lace, so it's sometimes really hard to get enough glue. And no one says it has to be so perfectly stuck down that, no one says it. Who says it can't flip? I am tucking something underneath it, or on the edge there. So maybe we just leave it like that, and we'll see. If I feel like we need to, yeah, because then we're putting this. Now, I probably should have this. Oh, they're both that way. They're cut. I don't know if I want to keep that edge that way. Well, let's see. Let's see if this sort of hides it or is a good starting point. Does it help me? And it does make it a little bumpy. No, but I think I'm going to go clean cut on this one. So it bumps up to where I need it to be. So if I just bump it up here, then I can, put the butter. Yeah, let's do that. Nice and clean. Okay. I'm jabbering, and you're in camera. I'm really making sure. Gosh, some of these films lately. I tried to sew in these 3 signatures to the green and cream, flip-flop topper journal. And I got it all prepped, but you can't, when you're in a hurry trying to, do a sped-up video in a time-lapse setting, and you pause it, right? And then you have to go sew, and I'm like, okay, I have it ready. Look, I'm going to go here, and stop and start system helps sort of jump things like, oh, it's almost ready, and poof, it's ready. It's this magic trick. And it was taking so long. I go to do the signature, and then I realized I sewed the signature together, but didn't sew it into the cover. And I was like, oh, I'm struggling to get that together, and then I don't even get it into the signature. I'm like, you dork. And so I was like, oh, I give up. I'm like, nope, never mind. I would have loved to show you the process. It would have been cute. But trying to sew in 3 signatures into a hardcover, fabric hardcover, I was like, oh, nope, never mind, guys. You'll see pretty pictures of it later. Okay, so now we can just follow it back around, do about the same thing. And, that way we know it's nice and tight. And it should fit. So we're going to sort of do the same thing. I'm sort of going to try to line that up with the fold. And I sort of liked it. That worked sort of really nicely. And then the only reason I know it's lined up is that I got the line of the 12 mark lined up with the edge of the paper. So I know that that end of it is straight no matter what else is going on. And it looks like it lines up here on the other side too. But you just have to find a straight point and hope to gosh it's for the best, right? I'm getting glue everywhere, but that's okay. I have a wet wipe now, right? I'm like, I have a wet wipe. Ugh, get that glue off that poor ruler. All right. Yeah, I had the ruler forever, and then my daughter, I didn't misplace it. It fell down into, well, I did misplace it. It fell down into the hole underneath here, and I couldn't find it. I didn't realize it. I thought one of those lost it, or I could not for the life of me. I was kicking myself. So we were at Walmart one day, and we were looking for supplies for the girls, and they had new killer rulers. So I grabbed another one, and then of course, I don't know, 2 weeks later or something like that, not too long afterwards, I find the original, which is good because I think one of my girls absconded with the new ones, first one, I don't know, whatever we found, but one of them walked away with my ruler, my second ruler. I'm like, girls. Now this one I am leaving at the edge there, and I may find a little something to cover the fact that doesn't quite fit all the way across. Now we were thinking too about maybe doing some lace here to sort of hide the fact that there's a huge gap here. So I'm able to put something right in here to sort of be a nice, blend spot. So I'm not too worried about the fact that may not be, doing what we wanted to do. I really should be using, though I'm really in love with those. Oops, it's stuck. Cut. There we go. I'm trying to use my propper. All right. Gosh, I love this stuff. So many pretties. I don't know. I think we're out of this one too. It's hard. We're now using, me and my mom both are starting to use certain things that, we put in our stash. And you guys have been great at the shop, and you've bought us out before we even got a chance to use it. So we go to use it, and we're like, oh, wait, I don't think that's in the shop anymore. I don't think we have any more of that. Or, it may show up in another kit somewhere, but we don't have any more to, sell it by the yard. And So we're all very, very thankful for you guys who follow me here and follow Lorette Chandler at Vintage Paper Girl, who have been supporting the shop. It's been just a blessing. We've done so well in the first 3 months. But I know we're all getting busy. We're all going to get into summer mode, vacation mode, graduations, trips, you know, I don't know. There's all kinds of things from kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, extended family, you know, the family we choose, not the family we're born into. Like, there's so much going on right now. But for those of you who craft all year round, you know, we hope you'll continue to come back to the shop. The shop will be on vacation mode, though, very soon. You know, we're almost at the end of May here. So, I'll keep making notes, and I'll put a post up here, as we get closer. It'll be on the shop itself if you already follow us. I wonder if I just glue that on now. I don't think I'm changing anything. I'm just going for it. From June 13th is the last day you can make a purchase on the shop, for 2 weeks. If you purchase on the 13th, I promise to have it out, no later than the 17th. The goal is to have most things out by the 15th, but if I'm cutting it short or, you know, got it packaged but can't get it out, I do have backup for someone to get things out to the post office for me. Mr. Greg, if you follow, Lorette at Vintage Paper Girl, Mr. Greg is I call my DD service, my dad delivery service. So when I need things, he'll do it. I could schedule a pickup and have my housekeeper or my goddaughter, you know, put it out on the thing. But if she forgets, that's sort of a bummer too. So I'll have my dad, you know, take things at Monday if I absolutely got it packed but couldn't get to the post office or get a pickup scheduled. You know, they will go out, you know, by the 17th. So, but the last day we can take an order is the 13th, and then the goal is to be open again when I get back into the country on the 30th. I'll start taking orders, you know, and I have them out within a week like we always do. So fingers crossed, everything continues to go really, really well, and I can come straight home and go right back to work. So you can start ordering stuff before the holidays, before July 4th, and before, you know, I mean, some of us who do a lot of this crafting start thinking about our fall supplies. I wish I had more fall stuff. We have a little bit. We have some fabrics. I do have the fall leaves in there already. The foliage, the icon fall leaves, but the filigree leaves, because of the colors they're in, the gold, the bronze, the rose gold, they were at me at fall. We are going to do a little Christmas in July category. I got some mesh, I got some charms, things like that. So we'll start putting stuff in the Christmas category, right? So you guys can find them easily. Yeah, so we know what people are starting to think about, what supplies they need, so that when they're ready, they can start doing their holiday stuff, whether it's for friends and family, for gifts, swaps, sales, whatever, right? Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit of matting, continue on with that fact, with some of the pieces that are going to go in and around this. Because I definitely want to, I don't know, give some more, just keep bordering stuff. Yeah, I'm leaving all my glues outside, and I don't know, I need to quit doing that. We finally hit a 84 degree day. We've been low 70s, high 60s, and so I did creep up a little bit today. I don't know, it's not going to stay for very long, which is fine. Little bits, gets a little warm, and I go, okay, I don't need my AC unit quite yet. I don't need the AC unit yet. And I put the glue all the way up. But yeah, I think when we get back from the trip, I'm going to have to pull that baby out and give it a spin and see how we do. Because I really, worried. I'm not worried about the summer. I don't think it's going to be that warm. It's going to be later when the kids go back to school. Which I just saw their schedules. Oh, here we go again. Super early. Gotta love California. The girls go back to school on August 13th. They get out on the 7th. No, 5th? 5th, 6th. Yeah, 5th. Okay, so 5th and 6th they get out in June. They go back 2 months and 7 days later? It's like not even 10. I don't even know if it's full 10 weeks. I think we barely get 10 weeks now off. It just baffles me. I was looking at my daughters, though. We were looking at this upcoming fall's college schedule. And they don't start to the 5th of September. I said, you actually get almost all of June. You know, you'll get out of the 5th of June, and you don't go back to the September 5th. I go, you actually get what feels like 3 months. June, July, and August. give or take, right? But, oh my gosh, I said, okay, we get to go on a tour when we get back of the college she wants to go to. So we can see her area, the building she'll be in. We get a peek into the, we do get a peek into, now I want this tucked in a way that overlaps a little bit. So I'm going to cut some off and then we're going to tuck it in. But let's get some coloring in here. But we're stoked because we keep been trying to get like these open houses and they've been virtual. And we just forget to get, we RSVP, we forget to log in. And it's just not the same. We need to, both of us need to physically look at these places. Look at her, building where she'll spend most of her time. And of course her dorm. I'm hoping we get to go back to the dorms and get a feel for, what that looks like. If not, we'll have to schedule another one as she gets closer. But she'll take 2 sessions this senior year. They're doing some pre-college courses, and it's like a 6-week course in the fall and 6 weeks in the spring. So, there we go again. The wipes off are lazy. So we're really, we're getting there. It's, oh my gosh, next year is just going to be crazy from the word go. We get home and she'll have her senior pictures to go take. And then it's just like, oh, there's so much going on this summer, guys. Oh my gosh. And keeping on top of the business and the products and making my own things. And, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't quite get it low enough and I can't, oh, there we go. Sort of want to shove it in there. Just enough. I wanted a little bit of an overlap to sort of have that feel. Now this, it's a cute little thing I can actually put on the other side. Comes from my Happy Planner. We cut things and reuse them. We do not waste anything. And I have some flowers in white. I'm sort of tempted from Celeste to do maybe we'll do a little bit of a layering on the back. Maybe we can do something on the back. Okay, well, we're going to play with that. We're not going to waste anything. Now these guys, this is too big to do what I want to do, so I'm really going to bring it down with the same effect. I think it's going to be cool to have this effect with the black behind it. But I do need to cut it pretty short because that paper I had is not going to work. So we're going to make it work. Alright, there's that. We're still going to have our stamp. I love when I don't have to worry about the white part, right? Where I'm wearing everything's going to be. Let's see, did I do it? Oh, just barely. Whew. Okay. Let's glue it down and then go from there. But yeah, this week is going by. This is it. I mean, they're just almost done. Like, she had her last, block 1, 2, and 3. Tomorrow's her last, 4, 5, and 6. We do block schedules here. So they get an hour and a half of each class each day. So you get 3 classes one day, 3 classes the next. So that, bigger blocks. And like they sort of do like in college. I mean, you have the quarterly system where maybe it's only 10 weeks for that class. But, you're getting a nice wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And you're done. And you move on to the next set of classes, and you definitely get, a more intense, get it done class schedule compared to like a semester or, whatever. So, sort of the same feel right now with what we do at high school. And, so what I'm thinking is sort of offsetting that a little bit. A little bit taller would have been nice. I didn't have that option. I feel like it needs height. But if I do that, then I feel like we need a third thing down here to sort of combine it so you can't tell it's there. Eek! Eek! Alright, hold on. I have stuff. It's not like I don't have stuff. I just don't know if I have anything else. Like, do I do another flower? Oh, don't drop anything. And I get another rose, but they match. I was like, is there anything I have that would be a third item that would be in... I don't think I have anything small enough. I'm sort of running out of my itty bitties. I have a circle. If I wanted to put one of the girls down there to sort of give me a third thing to cover that gap. Paris isn't big enough. That's too big. I mean, I have the little girls, but the ladies, but she's almost too tall, which I don't know if she'd be enough to... I have her in a large size, so that's really big. That feels like too much, even if I tuck it in. Right? Oh, unless we... Let's see. We're shifting a little. Which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe we change the gears. I know they're all the same height, about the same height. I guess that's what was bugging me, is everything's about the same height. We want different heights a little bit, so we don't feel like it's too... I love how it's sort of a continuation, but I don't want it... Bottom can be straight, but that cannot. I could put the circle down there. Let's cut that real quick. See, watching it grow, because that's, you know, I was not even going that far. I do feel, though, we do need to place some stuff down, and I think we are going to have to do those, I think we're definitely going to want those corners. Let's see. Get these ladies present, right? Because we don't have anything really decorated on the inside. I do have some stuff. I was going to be a pretty naked journal, but then I think, oh, there we go. I know it's set of 4. That makes the 5th thing. I know it's supposed to be sets of 5 or 3 or... Oh, my gosh, you're so cute. The only other thing we could do, I'm trying to see if it needs like some kind of, you know, cluster right here. I don't want to cut this down until I need to, but right, do we do something sort of frilly back there? Not this big, of course, but oh, I wish you guys could talk to me. It'd be so great if I could hear you guys' voice one of these days, right? It's very bright white. Now, doing what I'm doing, though, we definitely don't need anything up there. It's just whether or not this is... Oh, please tell me I'm not... There we go. Let me get myself back on. I mean, I'm on camera, but not all of me. Now, that is white. I mean, we got white. We got almost a blue white. Let's see. What am I seeing? Yeah, we have it very top heavy. I could have brought this all down a little bit. Shoot. Well, so maybe not that. Maybe that's too much. And it is bright, more of a white, you know, shiny white. Yeah, it really doesn't do much. I mean, to bring it down, we could put a nice thing of lace down here. We could put some kind of border down here again to maybe... let's see. Because the fan lace might be easier to wrap around the outer edge on the other side. Yeah, this one's easier to wrap around the seam. Like this, I can wrap and put it on the back side to help with that kind of ordeal. This one is fun for here. I don't know if I like that. Eek! Well, it's too late now. I glued it in. There's nothing I can do about it. I just feel something needs to help do something down here. Because there's a lot here. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? I like that. I love the concoction. I think it's great. I just don't know if it's just too much down here on its own. I don't have a really, really large label, I don't think, either. I think I used it. Like, I could put a label down there so you could write, like, who the journal belonged to. I'm trying to see, is there a way to bring anything down? That's very white. Yeah, there's a way to cluster my way down the same way we went up, but we sort of glued that down, and now I'm kicking myself. Thought it was going to be a simple thing, and I totally changed gears. Yeah, it's the same thing. Now, that could have been cool underneath it, but, I mean, I love how it's stacked. We just didn't get it low enough to realize we were going to go that high. And so I did not plan that well. Here I'm like, oh, I mean, it's still gorgeous. It's still awesome. I mean, I love it still. I'm just trying to figure out how to bring it down. Bring it to some clusters, something. Okay, I might have to pause for a moment. See if I can figure something out. I did it on the bottom. I don't know how I did that. Why I turned that sideways and did that. It's hard to tell when things aren't cut out is the problem. Can't get a really clear feel for what it is without making a mess out of it. There we go. There's one without. Trying to see if there's a way to cluster it to get just something down there. But then I thought I was just doing it to do it, so I don't like that. Well, shoot, guys. I mean, well, I'll get the basics, and then I'm going to have to, while I'm working on other things, maybe something will come to me, and I'll be able to figure that out. And, of course, you will see it in, the aftermath, but I'm not going to hem and haw over it and be like, ugh, there's not much I can do. It is what it is. I did it. I jumped the gun and glued something down before I had it down pat, because things shifted, and it happens. You're working on it, and it takes a mind of its own, and it does go a different direction. I have some labels, but I don't have enough. I mean, I have that half piece, and it doesn't make sense just to throw it on there. You got me having to adjust that again, so, well, bummer. All right. Like I said, it is what it is. Oh, I have those, but that just seems like just to put them down, again, put them down there to put them down there. Because I was going to put some of these up here, right, for some color or something. Those are really shiny right now. I have to look in the camera to see what I think. Right now I'm like, yep, we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, you know me. All right, I don't know me, but so that was going to stick out, and now I don't need it to. I just need it to sort of cover where it needs to go. It's a little low, but not too high. That goes where it needs to go. All right, so we're gonna do the old famous sort of glue pieces down where I see them. Oh, that's a lot of the flower I'm covering up, isn't it? The only reason I'm doing this is because though this sticks out, doesn't stick beyond, well, it does a little bit. I have to have it a little bit. Okay. Sort of bummed that I'm covering up so much of that rose, but I'm going to make it work. We want to, what I do is I just sort of lift up certain pieces and I press it back down onto the piece below it so that I'm sort of clustering it in place so as to not lose the placement that I like so much. I learned that if I sort of just do a little bit and then I can go back in and, fine tune what I want. See, then I can pick the whole thing up and I can make sure everything's glued together and then as a whole cluster, bring it back down. So if you do me like you pre-planning, haha, and you get, oh my gosh, I love exactly where things are. Don't pick it all up and try to lay it back down. Glue in the corner, glue the sections that touch. Put glue everywhere where it's going to connect. And then you can pick the whole thing back up, get glue on everything, and then put it back where you need it to go. And you are less likely to be frustrated because, I don't know, if you see me enough times, I get things exactly where I want it, and then I pick it up trying to go back layer by layer, and I move something. And then all of a sudden it's not where it's supposed to be, and I am so frustrated. So I realized when I was doing some shorts and other things, I was like, oh, wait a minute. We can sort of, connect things where we need to, make the cluster right on the spot, and then put it back down. Then pick it up like I did and get it where we need it to go. And you're less likely to be frustrated because you're like, oh, look, I did what I was supposed to do. Except that now she's low, and she was tucked under here, so there we go. I'm like, I swear she was tucked under. And yeah, there's a little bit. All right. Press, 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 press. Okay. We are keeping it. And in the end, a little wonky, but all right. This is bugging me so much, guys. Sorry. I will think about it. I will find an answer. I mean, I love the idea, but we should have dropped it down just a little bit, so we would have had less, more top and bottom. All right, so there's that. But we do have that gap, and it's like, okay, so something's going here, probably all the way around. I just don't know what yet. So the back, we saw the potential of same thing, but we could get a little bit more height and dimension. We can extend our flowers with the little white ones. Tone it down. I can come with a little bit of silver, right? Just to sauce them up a little bit. Maybe they're not so white, because this is a different white than that. We have a lot of different whites to help vintage it up in different ways. So things aren't. That's sort of pretty though. It's sort of a silvery color now. Touch it with a little soot. Right? I hope you're all doing really well. I hope that May treated you all very well, since there won't be another video till the 1st of June. 1st or 2nd, whatever day that is. 2nd, I guess. So I will introduce you into June, or welcome you into June with, you know, their finished product. I'll have a number of journals I'll be showing off. Some to remind you, if you're new to me, you'll see some journals that you didn't see before when I first opened the shop that may still be available. And then, of course, the finished products that we've got going here. So, again, let's see. I'm going to put it in, but I'm not going to press down too hard. I'm just going to lightly put these in place so that I can quickly get what I want in place. And because these are a little harder to do. Bring it up a little bit, I think. Yep, there we go. Stick. Oh, that's one. This one's backwards, I think, too. The way the cut is, I'm like, whoops. But you know, you just sort of lightly cover the potential. And I so want to use these. They're so pretty. I could put them there. You know, we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting our cover going. And we're going to do the 3-punch, which I'd be careful. I'll make sure I get the one right below it so we don't go through this. I'll make sure my middle one's right here. But we'll do the 3, keep it clean on the outside and leaving the tie on the inside. So as to not really mess with our aesthetics here. A nice lightweight cover, nothing, you know, strenuous, because we don't want to, you know, really add any more weight or, you know, height to our journal. So let's see. So we're pretty much, these are already inked and ready to go. Like I said, I had it ready. I even have a doily in here, all this fun. And, you know, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Plenty of room to cover. So if I want to do a little bit of lace and whatever to these guys, I do have a few little tags, a few little pockets. So I'll do a little bit in here so it's not completely blank, just to tie it in since I have some pieces left over. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the basics. Let's see. I will do this real quick with you, I think. Yeah, 37 minutes. Okay, so let's do for sure. The one part I know was I wanted to wrap this around the edge into the, and I don't mind that goes into the inside. Or do I want to just, do I want to go into the inside? It helps with the cover, or, I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut it. I'm like, no, maybe not. I wish I had a skinnier black. I gotta look for a skinnier black. I like the black. I don't have a problem with black. Now I know I have another project in for the fall. So come August, I have a great journal in a box project for the witchy fall season. Not so much Halloween, but sort of vintage witch, vintage spells. I don't know. I have a thought. Cute box. All right, so I'm actually going to cut this. You can. No one says lace has to be used exactly as you find it. Sometimes some laces can be cut down to where you end up getting a applique feel, which is great. You cut out the pieces that and the shapes that you see that you want, and do it that way. In this case, there is a scallop and floral on the edge here. That's just the right width, and so I am just sort of utilizing that, you know, as an edge trim. So we get the ruffle over the white to hide stuff, and we get, you know, what we need is just a little bit of something that has purpose. So you can't, it's not so obvious and it's not so harsh that this doesn't make it all the way over like we were hoping, right? And that's okay. We can, everything can be covered. Everything can be fixed. Everything can be tweaked. And you just go, oh, I did it on purpose. I don't know what you're talking about. Right? Oh, but I hope you're all really doing well. I hope May was a blessing. I hope May was invigorating. It was restful. If you've been sick or not doing great, I hope you're recovering beautifully and getting back on your feet and back in your crafting rooms where you're hopefully the happiest. I hope there's been some inspiration for those who needed it. You know, we all think a little differently, so sometimes it's a fresh perspective. And sometimes it's the same thing, but maybe it's the product I used or the colors I used or something that just went, oh, well, that's pretty. And it triggers something. You know, that's all I can hope. I have wonderful people to inspire me, though I don't get to watch a lot of videos. I get to watch Gail Gastinelli on occasion. I try to watch my mother, my partner in crime, as much as I can. but I get to see the pretty products afterwards. So I'm like, okay, I get to see them in person. Sorry, there's a number. And so, you know, I'm like, okay. But, I, you know, watch Crafty Cat, Amy, you know, on occasion. I haven't seen Tina at Chubby Dabby Doodle in a while, but she was a great source of, you know, inspiration. Though I do a lot of Instagram following. So I watch what, you know, Raindrop Lily or Lila, excuse me, Raindrop Lila, is it Scrapbook with Me? I mean, there's a lot of these. I see a lot of their photos and I go, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And, you know, if I really, really need that inspiration, I will go find the video that goes with the product that they've just done a great job on. Sometimes it's just a visual is all I need. But when you need a little more, I'm so glad that you come and visit our YouTube shops, our YouTube, you know, channels to watch what we do and the time we put into it. Sorry, because you can see the glue that's overlapped on these guys. So if I do the right angle, I can see the glue. So I'm using my little glue eraser, which we have these in the shop. They're great. I love it. I never even knew they existed, and my mom had one, and I went, ooh, we need to have those in the shops, because all of a sudden we couldn't find them. I had to go searching a vendor for them. And it's like, you know, it's quite a few pieces at a time. I'm like, all right, that's worth the cost. So, all right. There we go. So I love that. That's giving a nice final finale feel to the back. So far, so good. Now it is felt, so it's going to pick up every piece of lint as you go along. Sorry. And then there's our front. So yeah, I feel we do need a little bling. Maybe it's going to be up here in the middle to help. But once I know for sure what's here, then I'll make sure that, you know, whether I do these, maybe I space these out on the lace, something. I will do some bling on that. So you'll get to see the final. Definitely have to come back on Sunday and see if I got everything finished and what journals are now in the shop and how they're flying, how they're doing. We really appreciate when you do that. And we'll about go from there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for spending your Thursday evening with me. Hopefully you got some crafting done with me or just got to watch this and zoom through and see how things are going. And I really, really appreciate it. I love you all very much. And I hope to see you all this weekend. So happy end of May. Before you know it, June will be here. Love you all. Bye-bye.